Neal, a very different game to Tuesday night, but unfortunately the same outcome.
Yeah, listen, it's always tough. You have a sort of game plan of how you're going to go about the game, and after 90 seconds or whatever, you're 1-0 down with a deflected shot. And we know they carry a threat, they're good going forward. And I thought then we responded well. We had some really good chances. I thought their goalies made 3 or 4 good saves. They had a couple of chances. But ultimately, just going through one of them spells, it's football. Last season we rode the crest of the wave. Everyone was going on about how great we were. We hadn't lost a game for 11 months here, 87 points. And the confidence and the momentum that we had as a team was there. The belief was there. When you're having a sticky spell, you know that people take that second longer to try and finish that chance. They take that second longer to make a pass. And we're going through that stage. It's a sticky spell. It's still a good team. We're a little bit out of sorts. Players aren't quite at their best. Some players aren't at their best. We've got a lot of injuries, and it happens. And when it happens in football, you have to stick together. The whole club has to stick together. The manager has to not crucify the players. He has to work with them, try and regain our momentum, because we haven't become a bad team overnight.
So there's a couple of decisions in that game that you sort of pick out as perhaps key ones, as perhaps a handball shout at the start of the second half. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was handball. We've seen it back. It was a clear handball. Referee saw it, didn't give it. We can't do much about that. We know that. Listen, they've scored after 90 seconds. I thought the rest of the first half was quite even. We've come out second half, stuck together, had a real go. Didn't want to try and score the goal just in the first 5 minutes. We had to try and be patient, and then it's a mistake for the second goal, and it kills the game. And then you can look at the last 20 and say, oh, the game was over, and it was, but we kept going, we kept trying, and 3-0 obviously is a killer. It's a scoreline that no one likes, but like I said, we're having a sticky spell, and players, we're not at our absolute best, and we've got to stick together and work hard to try and turn it around.
You mentioned the second goal. Was there any case for a foul on Gudge there?
No, I don't think so. My question to the fourth was the linesman went to give his offside for his flag, and then he's played on, not given offside, and as he's played on, it's ended up with the ball in the back of our net. The explanation I got was that it was the 24 that was offside, not the 7 that was involved in the goal, and he walked back in and wasn't involved in play after that. So not much I can do if they're the rules. They're the rules. The handball is a penalty. The referee sees it, doesn't give it, but it's the way it's going for us. Every mistake we make, the first goal's a deflected shot that beats Booty. Every mistake we make is getting punished. Every chance we have, we're snatching it. And when that happens at both ends, it's hard to win games of football.
You talk about the sticky spell that we're in at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot of injuries. Howie, Osborne, Dallas up front as well today out. What is it, do you feel, that has to change for us to pick back up?
Well, of course you need players back. These boys have had 7 games now in 3 weeks, and we've got 2 more to go. It will be 9 games in 4 weeks, which is a tough schedule. Some of them have played every game. They're trying their best. They're a good group. I thought Joe Sabara today was incredible in his work rate. He ran his socks off. They care. They're hurting. But it's not quite happening for us. And we're normally a team that's free-flowing and plays, pass and move, and takes their chances and looks like they're going to score goals. At the moment, we're snatching at stuff, that final pass, that final ball, and we've had 2 games where we haven't scored. And every mistake we make, Tuesday, the one moment that Halifax had, goalie punches it against their player. Every mistake we make, Booty's under his foot, he's getting punished, and that's the way it goes. But the one thing I do know from my experience is you have to stick together, you have to work through it, you have to try and turn the tide. It's a long season, and sometimes a gritty 1-0 win turns it around, and you go from there.
On a positive, Justin Donowa coming on, it's obviously been a long time coming. How pleased are you for him?
I'm delighted. We was hoping to have him back at the start, and it's been a long time coming, but I think he showed today, even he's not quite where he needs to be fitness wise, but he did some great stuff today, and he's a great lad. And if we can get him fit and keep him fit, which is hard because he's had virtually a year out now, hopefully he'll be a big asset, because at the moment at that top end we need some more options.
Had a big game on Tuesday night back in the FA Cup, and a potential tie against Harrogate in the second round if we were to win up there.
Yeah, with the 2 defeats we've had in the league, the FA Cup might be a blessing. Tough place to go, but like I say, we've got to stick together. We've got to do our best. We've got 2 tough games. Let's focus on the first one, count the bodies, and my job as manager is to rally them and find a way of getting us back on track.